Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to talk about some NBA news. I clearly want to give a little update. The Guardians Royals game tonight got rained out, so I'll just have two recaps tonight: Dodgers Pirates, and then the final game, the Phillies Brewers series. So, and so yeah, the little update there. Talk about some NBA here. So, Scoop B. Robinson was talking to having, I think it was an interview with Kendrick Perkins. Oh my God, Kendrick Perkins. Kendrick Perkins. He says he was a better defender and more impactful in the playoffs than Rudy Gobert. He quote from Kendrick Perkins: "If you go back and watch film, I showed up in big moments." Okay, this dude might be smoking bath salts, man. This is bait. How about we watch his lowlights instead of his highlights? I mean, why are most people incapable of having a rational, level-headed take on Rudy Gobert? And of all people talking, Kendrick Perkins, man. Even he can't. Even he doesn't believe that.
Yeah, I completely agree. When you look at the odd man out in San Francisco based on where they are.
I'm done. Like Kendrick Perkins, Rudy Gobert defensive comparisons.
Because Depot has been electric, but a lot of what Depot has done has been schemed through and schemed up by Kyle Shanahan. And I get it.
So, Draymond Green gave his prediction for the NBA Finals via At The Volume Sports, and his prediction is he's picking the Dallas Mavericks in 6 games. He says, and quote, "I think it's Luka's time. If I think Kyrie wins another one." Hey, most of his predictions have been right these playoffs. I think the ones he missed was the Nuggets over Wolves. But no one wants to see the Celtics win. I think everybody would like to see the Mavericks win. Luka, I think it's his time and become one of the faces of the league. So, Rasheed Wallace talked about James Harden. He basically talked about he's going to remember him as a winner, basically remember him as a loser. Basically summed up, and he said, and quote, "I'm going to remember him for giving another grown man a big full of honey buns." Who keeps asking washed up players these oddly specific questions? Or should I say former NBA players? He'll be remembered as a great scorer and shooter and nothing else. I mean, he's a good passer, but you're going to remember him for those two things and not him winning in the playoffs. So Draymond Green via The Volume Sports, he talked about the WNBA, and he says who they need to view as the most marketable player. He says A'ja Wilson needs to be viewed as the most marketable player in the WNBA and has potential to be the greatest player of all time. The best thing since sliced bread in the WNBA is A'ja Wilson. I'm not necessarily in the mindset that it's all Caitlin Clark. No, A'ja Wilson is great. A'ja Wilson to me is the American dream. Coming from a 2-parent household, got better, young black girl, had everything against her, beat the odds, become once someone to be known as the greatest player to ever grace the NBA. That's quite honestly my opinion. I think she's marketable as anybody in the WNBA. You have to figure out how to market your product. She's the best player in the WNBA. And she can flat out hoop. They need to market her more. And she's basically won every award you can in basketball, like 27 years old. I mean, I don't know what more you can win. And that's really a Hall of Fame resume for a basketball player if you look at what she has, and she doesn't really have anything else to do.
Come to McDonald's to try the Ground McFlurry and make your own AI video at sweetconnections.ai.
So yeah. So Kendrick Perkins gave an interesting take. Kendrick Perkins, he thinks the Timberwolves, they should consider trading Rudy Gobert for Brandon Ingram. How did Kendrick Perkins get to become a sports analyst, man? Oh, he played in the NBA One Championship. He averaged 5 and 5 for his career. They literally just figured out how to utilize Gobert correctly to manufacture the best defense in the league. Can't expect to find success if you're constantly changing your identity as a team. Just take his mic away. I mean, that sounds like an awful idea. I don't think Brandon Ingram helps you in the playoffs.
No, my grandpa was.
That's just my opinion, though.
Than me. Huh, yeah, if your spouse, parent, or grandparent served, they could
So, per Mako Hoops, the Los Angeles Lakers, the Miami Heat, the Brooklyn Nets, the New Orleans Pelicans, and the Philadelphia 76ers will attempt to acquire Donovan Mitchell if he doesn't extend with the Cavaliers, per at Amico Hoops. I think, really, at least the teams you've heard this offseason for Donovan Mitchell, people are like, oh, the Lakers, the Heat, the Pelicans and Nets are in there. Brooklyn's not a realistic option. Nobody wants to go to Brooklyn. If we're being real, I don't think none of these teams are going to get him. But I don't know if he wants to stay in Cleveland. But I'm not going to say, oh, he's going to go to either one of these teams. That's a long list of teams. But I don't know. I don't think he's going to go to any of these teams. If he does extend with the Cavaliers, that's where he's going to stay, obviously. But
Things started off great, but once the new wore off,
It changed.
in the beginning, I got gifts, like the phone.
And then next thing you know, it's like having a business.
the Brooklyn Nets. We talked about Mikal Bridges the other day. And the Brooklyn Nets, they aren't interested in trading Mikal Bridges for the number 3 pick. Instead, they prefer to build around him and attract another star to Brooklyn, per that basketball talk. End quote. The Nets have been consistent and sure in saying they are hoping to use Bridges as a lure to another star to Brooklyn and build from there. They are not trading him for the number 3 pick in this draft. Nice try though, Houston. Who do they think Mikal Bridges is, man? Do they think he's like LeBron James or Michael Jordan? Who do they think he is? He'd be like, oh, better than what the number 3 pick in this year's draft will be. He's a role player.
It's got tons of peanuts and a caramel core that get the job done. So
That would be a dream, Brooklyn's dream scenario. This just isn't realistic, but Mikal Bridges isn't that good.
pencil, people. Heyday, get to it.
They said the same thing about the 2020 draft, how, oh, it's going to be bad, and what people are saying about this one.
You always know the right time to call. When life
Nets and Bulls competing for who has the worst front office in the league. He's a role guy being forced to be a main option. No stars want to play with a team that has 0 draft picks and Mikal Bridges as their best player. And you look, oh, they're future draft picks. Yeah, 0 picks until like 2029 because all of them are like pick swaps next few years. They have plenty of picks, it's just not their own. And some big news, per at Draft Express today, Nikola Topic has a partially torn ACL. I don't know what his stock's going to be. I think he's still a lottery and top 10 guy. I think that he's a more valuable pick because of his potential and how he might slip now, but that's horrible, man. You hate to see it. He's still going to be a future Spur. So via S-Bond NBA, Jonte Porter allegedly texted his group chat on April 4th, saying they might just get hit with a RICO. The same day he was banned for life from basketball for betting on games. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's crazy. Detroit Pistons insider J.L. Edwards III expects the Pistons to, end quote, heavily pursue Nick Claxton and Malik Monk. As for other realistic free agent options, I think Detroit goes heavily after the likes of Malik Monk, Nick Claxton, and Gary Harris. Monk feels like someone the Pistons will heavily prioritize due to the team's need for legitimate three-point shooting and off-the-dribble shot creation. Monk, I understand. But why Claxton when you already have Jalen Duren? Like, that wouldn't make sense, because you can't play those two together. But why would Malik Monk want to go there? Chandler Parsons, he says all the pressure is on Jason Tatum to win the title. He's the best player on the best team that's supposed to win. If the Mavericks don't win, Who cares? They're the 5 seed. They're not supposed to be there. Why do we have Chandler Parsons talking, man?
You know, we always talk about earning your reps.
Yeah, the Celtics are the favorites to win.
And have successful practices and start stacking those. Then we can
I mean, the Celtics should win this series, but you never know. It could go back and forth.
stay together.
Just get this guy off the air, man.
And Coach Mayo. But when that time comes, we'll see. But there is no timetable on that.
Brad Windhorst says the Lakers could have created cap space to sign Kyrie Irving last summer, but decided to re-sign the players who helped them reach the Western Conference Finals last season. When the show is dry, they just bring up Lakers stuff. Lakers haven't touched the court since April, and we're talking about them a day before the NBA Finals, man. Talk about the NBA Finals. Gilbert Arenas, he says Steph Curry never received the amount of attention from opposing defenses that Allen Iverson did. He says Klay Thompson would have averaged 30 points per game playing next to Allen Iverson. Why do former NBA players have the worst takes than NBA fans do on Twitter? He literally gets double and triple teamed, but yet he doesn't get the same amount of attention. I mean, it's so bad.
And the fact that they're giving him second team reps tells you he's doing something.
See if we have any more news here.
And namely, that is he's mastering them, not having repeated mistakes.
Jonte Porter was allegedly had to throw games because he was in significant gambling debt. This is what happens when the league promotes all these gambling companies. Or somebody will do something like this. There's gonna be a movie about this. But yeah, so that's safe for the NBA news here. So until next time, have a lot of peace, and I'll be back for the MLB recaps tonight.